Hey, what's up, guys? We're back with another NFL record prediction. Before I get started, make sure to smash that like button, be sure to subscribe, and follow the Instagram in the description below. I am posting more frequently on there, specifically when I upload or if I'm going to go live. But I also do polls on my story for football stuff, usually asking you guys who you think the better player is between two players. So if you guys are interested in that, make sure to give the Instagram a follow. And without further ado, let's jump right into it. We're going to be doing the San Francisco 49ers today, and I think the 49ers are going to have a big bounce back year. I really like the pickup of Trey Lance. I think he's going to be the future of that franchise. They still have a really, really, really good offensive line, like top 10 in the NFL, arguably top 5, honestly. Still really good defense. As long as injuries can, stay away from this team a little bit, this team's going to be really good. So, going into week 1, do I even really need to say anything? The 49ers are beating the Lions. I like how the Lions have started fixing their offensive line. I think they have a good O-line now. But the rest of their team is not there. They don't have good receivers. Jared Goff is kind of meh. He's not great, but not the worst quarterback in the league. They don't have a good defense. I do think Dan Campbell's going to be a good coach for them, though. But the 49ers get a pretty easy win there. Week 2, I think the Niners also beat the Eagles. Eagles, I'm really not liking the direction they're going. I wasn't a fan of their head coach hire. I do like Jalen Hurts. I think Jalen Hurts is a stud. I think he's going to be a really good player for the Eagles. But other than that, I'm not a big fan of what I've seen from the Eagles lately. So I think the 49ers get a pretty easy win there. Week 3, this is probably going to surprise a lot of people. I think the 49ers are going to beat the Packers. Packers seem to really struggle when they play against just, good defenses. You even saw it in the NFC Championship this last year. Aaron Rodgers couldn't do much against that Tampa Bay defense. And even going back to 2019, the 49ers owned the Packers both times they played. So, I think it's going to come back again. I just don't think that team does well against really, really good defenses. So I think the 49ers get a win there. Going into week 4 against the Seahawks. So I think they split with the Seahawks. I think the 49ers definitely have the better team. Better defense and better offensive line. But the Seahawks just have too much offensive firepower. Russell Wilson every year is an MVP candidate. So you can decide, where each team wins. I think they're gonna win in their respective stadiums. So, take that for what it is. So they're starting off 4-0. Then going to Arizona to play the Cardinals. I actually think, I'll be honest, I'm not as high on the Cardinals this year as a lot of other people are. And here's why. AJ Green, I know a lot of people are hyping up that pick, or the pickup. He hasn't really done much in years, actually. And he's getting old. J.J. Watt, same type of situation. Hasn't really had a good year since 2018 and is getting older. Chandler Jones, he's coming off a pretty big injury. He's also getting old. He's 31 now. I'm not a big fan of that Cardinals secondary, other than Budda Baker. I think Budda Baker's one of the best safeties in the league. And so I'm just overall not a big fan of that Cardinals team right now. I'm not real sold on Cliff Kingsbury right now either. I think he's going to be on the hot seat this year. So I'll be honest, I think the Niners are going to sweep the Cardinals. I really do. Going to week 7, I think the 49ers D-line is going to get a lot of pressure on Carson Wentz, even though the Colts have a good O-line. It's going to be a fun matchup to see. But I think they're going to get enough pressure on Carson Wentz that he's not going to be able to do much. So I think the 49ers take the win there. Week 8, this is going to be a real defensive battle. It's going to be a defensive bloodbath. I think both pass rushes are going to cause a lot of issue for the opposing quarterback, which this time in the year, it's probably going to be Trey Lance against Justin Fields, if we're being honest. Whether for the Niners, whether it's Jimmy Garoppolo starting, and for the Bears, Andy Dalton starting, either way, I think by this time in the year, Trey Lance and Justin Fields, I think, are going to be the starters. And both pass rushes are going to cause issues for the opposing quarterback. So it's going to be a real defensive battle. I think I'm going to take the Bears on this one. It's going to be a little bit more of an upset because, look at it. The 49ers at this point started off 6-0. I think this one's going to definitely come off as an upset. It's not one that a lot of people are going to be expecting, but I think Justin Fields is going to come ready and, be good just enough to pull off the win. Week 10, I think the Rams split with the Niners. Rams also have a very, very, very good defense. They have a really good defense. Obviously Aaron Donald, Jalen Ramsey, but their secondary as a whole is looking really good. Matt Stafford, he's a big upgrade from Jared Goff. We all know that. I think they also win in their same stadiums. You can argue whichever point to win. You could argue that they win in each other's stadiums, but I think they win at home. So, yeah, moving on to week 11, 49ers just caused too many issues for Trevor Lawrence and get a win here. It's 9-3. I think they beat the Vikings. Vikings' offensive line is improved this year, but I don't think it's improved enough to really protect Kirk Cousins from this defense. And I think they're going to have to rely on Dalvin Cook quite a bit. And I just don't think it's going to be quite enough to pull off the win. I already talked about the Seahawks games. I think they're going to be really close, honestly. But going to week 14, Bengals haven't fixed up their O-line. They haven't done, anything for it. And I think Joe Burrow's going to have a really hard time in this game. I know it's been kind of the meme of the NFL that, Burrow's going to get hit as soon as the ball is snapped. They don't have a good O-line. I get the whole reuniting Joe Burrow with Jamar Chase type of thing, but they should have taken Penei Sewell. I think that's going to really come back and bite them in the ass. Week 15, this is going to be an interesting game. Interesting to say the least. Falcons, I don't know what to expect from them this year. I feel like they're going to be either really good or really bad. And I don't think there's going to be any in between. I'm not sold on this Falcons defense. Other than like Richie Grant and obviously Grady Jarrett, there's not a lot on this defense that really excites me. There's really not. I mean, they did get Kyle Pitts, so it's going to give more firepower to their offense, but they're also probably not going to have Julio Jones, so that's a big loss. I think I'm going to take the Niners here as well, but that one I think is going to be really close. I'm going to Week 16. I've mentioned before, this late in the year, Derrick Henry's just a different breed. It doesn't matter if you have a good D-line. He will run all over it. This late in the year, there's no stopping Derrick Henry. And, I mean, especially if they acquire Julio Jones too, you're not going to be able to just stack the box and leave A.J. Brown and Julio Jones alone. So, I think the Titans pull off the win here, but I do think it'll be close. And then the Texans, I think, currently are the worst team in the NFL. I see a lot of really easy games here, like the Lions, Jags, Eagles, Bengals, Texans. There's a lot of really easy games. But there's also some games that, could be really tough. Like I said, if Aaron Rodgers does stay in Green Bay, I mean, that one could be flipped, but he just struggles against really good defenses. I could see them splitting with the Cardinals, honestly. I could see them possibly losing to the Colts, but ultimately I think those are all close wins. So I have the 49ers going 13-4 in 2021. They're stacked. Their secondary looks good. Their linebackers look really good. Their defensive line is just elite. Their offensive line looks damn good. Trey Lance, looks to be the real deal. I mean, I really like where this team is headed. So, I have them as a 13-4 record. Let me know what you think in the comments section below. Let me know if I'm a little too high on the 49ers or if this is pretty realistic to you. But either way, make sure to press that like button. Make sure to subscribe. Follow the Instagram in the description below. And I will see you next time. Later.